Radiant team ban. Complexities turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Hi. I'm doing alright. This is just an interesting situation.
Ten seconds remaining. Complexities turn to pick.
Imba spirit.
Radiant team pick.
Invoker. Doom.
Complexities turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
StarLadder.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Complexities turn to ban.
I think they would be the ultimate example of the crab mentality if they tried specifically hard just to win this game rather than the rest of their games which they've already not qualified for,
10
So
seconds remaining.
hopefully they try just as hard as before, but not super hard, which implied they weren't trying hard
5
before.
seconds
But yeah.
remaining.
I think they're gonna try hard. I don't think anyone ever wants to lose a Dota game. I think they
Reserve time.
yeah. I'm sure if they had secret hero picks, then they wouldn't use those, but I don't think anyone really does in this patch, so I'm pretty sure they're just going to try hard because that's what everyone does in Dota games nowadays.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yeah, I think both Invoker and Doom are responses to Ember. I don't think you can... Well, I think Invoker is just really annoying for Ember today, and against it's one of the worst few. Ember's Underlord has managed to be banned. He survived this far, but banning out the SF because I think Moo is comfortable playing Ember as well. Cancel likes playing as, but I think for the most part, if you see Invoker in the other team, or it's Invoker and Ursus and things like that, you want to send your Ember to a much safer lane than the middle lane.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
It's not off the card, you're saying?
Radiant team pick. 10 seconds remaining.
Well, I did a
5
very silly
seconds
thing yesterday
remaining.
and decided to actually play some Dota 2. And I queued into cancel,
Complexities turn
and he
to
last
pick.
picked Ember Spirit. He tried his best, but he did lose, unfortunately. I don't think it was necessarily his fault. I think he killed me in lane. It was very sad. But yeah, he likes playing that hero as well. But everyone just, all of NP's heroes are very, very mean
10
towards poor old
seconds
Ember.
remaining.
He might deserve it, but it's still mean.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Hmm.
Dazzle.
Yeah, I think this Doom is going to
Radiant
be
team
more
pick.
farm-centric, I would assume. Because I think keeping him as just like the anti-Ember hero isn't really going to work out too well. I think you need to stick a lot of auras on him and have him actually have some net worth so he can kind of walk into the middle of fights. But yeah, you got Abaddon, kind of shield off Ember
10
Spirit.
seconds
Chains,
remaining.
he can't ever be killed by an Ember. And he kind of contributes to
5
the
seconds
pushing
remaining.
of the buildings. Because the Ember Nightmare scenario is your lane goes bad, and then the enemy team pushes before you can
Reserve
really
time.
recover and then get to a point where you can fight. So if NP managed to give him a bad lane and then run at the buildings, then I assume he's going to have a pretty hard time, because Dazzle, Sada, these heroes are not very good at dealing with push for the most part. They all need a certain amount of farm, except for Dazzle, who kind of is a Dazzle no matter what you do. But yeah.
Keeper of the light.
Complexities turn to pick.
Yeah, he just annoyed a lot
10
of people.
seconds
He's
remaining.
just sitting in trees and illuminating carries.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yeah, there's nothing like being level 1 or 2 on the safe lane and then just seeing a big red 150 pop up. And then it happens again, and then you look for him, and then he's disappeared off into the woods somewhere. And then you think you're safe, and it happens again.
Ten seconds remaining.
Weaver.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve
I
time.
think coL for the most part. I think coL just need to win lanes really, really hard. Because, well, Invoker, he's gonna fall off pretty hard after like the first 10 minutes or so, because like he's good in very early laning stage, and then he kind of has a little bit of a dip in effectiveness. And that's the point. Like, coL just kind of want to get to like this
Complexities turn to
fighting
ban.
squad, you know, Slardar gets a blink dagger at some point, Weaver can just constantly chase, Ember can go in as well, and they kind of sustain, and they're able to fight from there. But Team NP, they really just want to... Oh, it's really hard to know what they want to do
10
with Invoker, because
seconds remaining.
whenever NP plays Invoker versus Ember, he always just wants to play to annoy the Ember.
5 seconds
I played against
remaining.
it, and he will sit there, and I remember like he was sitting there with like 14 CS at 5 minutes on Invoker, and his justification was, well, I denied 4 range creep,
5
so he
seconds
had more
remaining.
XP. And then he went off and just didn't team, like he just fought for the rest of the time, and then bought Midas after
Complexities turn to
playing
pick.
like 14 fights without showing in a lane for a while. So, yeah, because he basically got focused really, really hard, and then he was an Invoker with like Yule's drum at 25 minutes. But oh, Alchemist. All right, so
10 seconds remaining.
yeah, I like this. They have no real good single target damage on MP.
5 seconds
They
remaining.
well, they'll feel the need to kind of end the game before it gets online. I think you can just do Ember
Reserve
on
time.
the Ember safe lane, Alchemist middle, because he does absolutely fine versus Invoker for the most part. Like you can go Alacrity and deny lots of creeps, but you're probably going to lose a lot of HP to Acid Spray. You'd be liable to get ran at by the StarLadder and Dazzle, assuming. I think it's StarLadder Roam with Dazzle playing hard support, and I assume Weaver's going to be in some farming/fighting capacity on the offlane. That seems the most reasonable thing to do.
Ten seconds
I
remaining.
think Terrorblade would be okay, but I don't think. But Troll, okay. Yeah, he's been popping up in pubs more and more often.
Especially if MP want to make it to this land, they need not 1 but 2 wins. They're going to go with Troll in game number 1. Okay. I mean, that's a man fighter. That's like one of the few people who are happy to go toe-to-toe with most. Maybe not Medusa, but with most, you know, he's able to slug it out. And here looking to take on the Alk, it would appear. Lots of armor, though, he's going to have to deal with in minus armor game. Going to be very
I
interesting.
like coL's draft, I think, quite a bit more than I like NP's, but I haven't really seen like a similar combination of heroes that we have on MP right now. So I'm not really sure
10 seconds
what they're
remaining.
going to do with the Troll having a good laning phase, really. But I'm pretty sure it's Abaddon offlane Doom coL supports, but if it was anything else, I'd be surprised. I'm just going to be looking at whether Invoker has a good laning phase or not.
Well, we'll have our answer shortly here, and of course we got to start with a pause the second we get into this game. For people just trickling into the stream right now, welcome aboard and get ready. It's the very last game of the American Qualifiers. It's MP versus Complexity. MP, the game matters more for them. We've already established for Complexity. Even if they manage to get 2 wins here in this best of 2, they are not going to be able to qualify. They're already mathematically out. But for MP, it does matter a lot. If they do not get a win here, they will not qualify. If they get 1 win, they tie with DC. If they get 2 wins, they will qualify over DC and secure the trip to Shanghai to compete at LAN StarSeries. $300,000 prize pool. Pretty big deal. Chance to kind of, you know, flex your team's muscle in hopes of the eyes of Valve will look at you in a different way and maybe, you know, be the invite to Kiev Major. You never know. It's a magical time.
I like it. Like MP are going for like the chance to pursue the dream of playing in this big tournament in China, and then you've got Complexity who are playing for the sheer joy of Schadenfreude.
Just the gatekeepers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Actually have that kind of history though. They have been on the other end. You know, this is a team who for what, like 4 or 5 summits have made it to the finals of the American Qualifier just to barely get etched out. I mean, like at least the last 2 summits, they lost 2 to 3 in the best of 5. And here they are, you know, it doesn't matter for them, but they could, you know, shut down MP, their dreams of flying high with their FYM hot sauce into the skies of anime above. I don't know where they go, but they want to fly.
I wonder, on average, how many times members of the Radiant team have tweeted about FYM hot sauce. Because it's extremely sporadic. Like,
I mean, they're
they'll
proud.
just
It's fine.
be tweeting about Dota 2 or like tweeting about their stream, and then
I
they'll say,
understand.
"I really like having it on this food order." You know, it's like
Yeah, they're like,
it just
I had to
is
go
a
to
bit-
jury duty today. Thank God I had my FYM hot sauce with me there.
Hmm.
We're like, okay, we get it. You know,
Yeah,
better than other
I don't think
sponsors
Moo's
at
happy
least.
with the situation, actually. Yeah,
Okay,
he doesn't really
shout-
like this bit.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, you know, again, it was the first question I asked you. You know, it's an interesting position to be in today. You know,
Shout out to BO2s.
I mean, they're shouting out to TOs that are probably not even really watching at this moment. I'm not too sure, but MP obviously are like their eyes straightforward. They care about this match. coL, the only team they're like, listen, we could be heartbreakers. or not. But why are we paused? Aren't they all here? I see chat.
Yeah,
I see chatting.
because Aoi wasn't here, and now Aoi is back. And now he's posting about how Trump should have banned anime. Which I am... well...
Okay.
I like coL's draft here. I really do. I think if Yams has a good start, I think he's kind of okay. I don't think like NP really have the heroes to pursue him around the map, really.
All right. Well, you know, coL have something that we've seen before though. So let's take it back to this troll. You said it was something you'd been seeing in pubs. Can you enlighten us a bit more on like what the troll needs to do? I mean, if he fills a similar profile to another said core hero already out there, why the troll here and now? You know,
he's like, well, you know, ye old troll of 6.83. God bless his soul.
Yeah,
He was the
sniper jug era.
Yeah, everyone on that, like, you know, everyone will go safe lane, and then they go, I'm going to buy a Mask of Madness, and then a Sanjin Yasha, and then a Skadi, and I'm going to have 200 CS at 18 minutes, and I'm going to kill Broche, and then we're going to push it in the game. Now it seems more like, I'm a troll, I'm going to go lane, I'm going to get 60 to 70, I'm going to maybe get Shadow Blade or something like that, and I'm going to run around, try and kill the enemy carry, maybe get Roche, and then just go and fight. A lot of, pretty much every single carry hero now boils down to, I'm going to hit creeps for a bit, I'm going to see if I can fight, and if I can fight I will, and if I won't fight I'm just going to go and hit some creeps. There's not really any like differential between him and lots of other heroes, apart from he just hits buildings and Roche very, very quickly. But yeah, other than that, I just think he's quite good in lane. He's got the axes, obviously. He's a nightmare for most offlaners to survive against. And he's pretty good at fighting in try-v-try situations, but I don't think there's going to be one of those. It's going to be like a dual lane versus a dual lane with StarLadder roaming and Doom roaming, for the most part.
So it should be a pretty good time for the troll, then, if that's the case. If he's already taken on tri-lanes pretty well, I'd imagine a dual lane setup might not be too shabby for him right here. And, oh goodness, it looks like we may get underway here. coL still, you know, sharing a bit of their anxiety for being able to play in qualifiers that they can actually qualify for. But they don't have to wait too long, because Rhyme actually just tomorrow, EAC American qualifiers will begin. So there is a qualifier that matters for coL. But this, hey, it's a great opportunity. You know, I don't know who their typical scrim or practice partners are, but here's your chance to be able to give it what you got against Team NP. Maybe break some hearts along the way. So we'll see.
Well, it's going to be Weaver being the support / roaming capacity that you suggested instead of the StarLadder. The StarLadder is going to be, he bought boots first and then went, actually I'm going to sell those. And then he's gone for the Stout Shield Mango, so he's going to be the laning presence that he always wished to be.
Okay.
And now they're going to smoke and probably get a ward up for the Radiant mid lane. Yeah, so ZP goes and places that. Rose will scout it out.
Yeah, just on top of the hill there, was able to get the quick spot onto coL. coL are considering walking forward even further here. NP, back off a bit. Say, hey, we get it. You got numbers on us. We don't want to be a part of this. They roll through. They drop a ward, which may be a bit obvious to MP. We'll see if MP are quick to kind of get a sentry down and kind of, you know, deal with it. I don't see any sentries on anyone nearby.
Is MP going to EMP this?
Yeah. Oh, he is going to try to do his best to zone it back, but it will get snagged up there. Aoi will grab one bounty, so will SVG move and cancel. Down the middle still at the end of the day. Take their business and walk it on back. We'll see how refreshed of a matchup it's going to be here for Envy taking on Cancel's Alchemist. Intriguing matchup. But first he's got his hands full. It looks like Rose is going to do his best on the Doom to, you know, be annoying. That's his job after all.
Yep, so Rose will march off to the woods to go and eat a big creep, and then he's probably going to jungle until he hits 3, and then he's going to look for kills with the Invoker. Or I might even go when he's 2, but I think 3 is the safer bet. For when Invoker gets... Invoker will have like Tornado Cold Snap at that point, and then you can kind of run the Alk down with Scorched Earth and the Fire Slap Sword.
What about for the top lane matchup here? MSS, he's repping what we've been seeing more and more through especially the American qualifiers, the off-lane Abaddon. And he's taking on the tri-lane setup, so I don't know how much they're going to be able to do to him. This is seeming okay for MSS.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of XP up there. Ember, like, as long as he saves the Aphotic Shield, like, he can never really get killed. Because, yeah, basically the only way coL can really kill him is if they chase him down to the point where he's fairly low HP. and then he has Tophonic Shield, and you can just kind of wait 2 chains afterwards. But if they start the fight off with chains, they're never going to kill him. I just think that they kind of have to leave this as a 1v1 to leave Moo to get the most he can out of it.
Yeah, it was just getting a bit awkward there for Z-Freak on what his role was going to be in that laning setup. They've already taken the liberty of, or he's taken the liberty on himself to shift it towards the bottom lane. There's going to be a crush coming out. Z-Freak sweeps all the way through and finds him help tomahawks to flying. And he's going to get hit with a blast, tries to dodge it, but it's not going to be happening here. First blood goes to SVG. Again, on that wonderful, sweet, and sexy looking hero he's sporting. Good for him. 1-0 start for MP.
Yep, this lane, if this lane goes badly, then that's the starting point for MP to take over all the other lanes as well. Because the heroes that get farmed from fighting around this, you see Doom's already hit level 3, he's got a smoke, so he is very, very... Oh, he's also got the wolf, so he's very, very soon going to look towards walking at the Alchemist, who picks up a regen room, which is good for him. The only problem I see for MP is this Invoker's got absolutely no mana, and that means it's very, very hard for the Doom to try and do anything here.
Not much Envy's going to be able to change about that for now, so it looks like Rose may just have to wait his time out and go in the jungle for now. But they're not going to be losing too much in the laning phase as it is right here. He is still going to get bullied back from Alchemist, but you know that's what you typically expect in your Alchemist game.
What they're going to do now is he's going to kill this wave, and then they're going to go Shrine together, and then that's the point where Alchemist will see Invoker running towards Shrine, and then he's going to go, okay, Invoker's got mana now, I need to play safe.
Drink from the water.
You know?
Yummy. Alright. Maybe we can make a gank happen now.
He's going to see the smoke if they smoke now.
They did ping there, like, okay, they just went there, they got some mana, they got some health, it might be something of concern. Top lane, MSS continues to get hit quite a bit. Even as they stack up decent chains and some respectable damage, it's not going to be enough to take him down. He's holding for now, getting close to that level 4. But once he breaks all the way to that level 6 point, you know, opportunities to take him down become few and fewer. Bottom lane, Infernal Blade. Rose shows himself at the bottom. It forces out a crush for Monkeys. And MP just continuing to establish their dominance here in the bottom.
Yeah, I like this decision to go for bot because it's the much less high risk play, because no matter what happens, if he runs down here, then it guarantees...
What's happening mid lane? Cancel, going way deep for this one. Envy right under his second tower, the cold snap. Oh, I don't like this anymore. He's going to be forced to eat the Fairy Fire, but it doesn't matter. The attack comes through from the tower, and it's not going to be calculated accordingly. At that same moment, bottom lane, mana leak onto Monkeys. Nothing going to come of it, but man, Cancel just eyes on the prize there, but Envy was able to kind of just walk him back and take him down.
Of all the ways I expected Cancel to die in this lane, that was not one of them. Like, Doom rotations maybe getting run down by Abaddon with Cold Snap, or just a coral blast from a tornado, but yeah, running under the tier 2 trying to go for the kill, not exactly how I was anticipating it, but it doesn't really affect them too much. Like, Envy lost some CS, like they're still even on XP, because up until that point Cancel was doing very well in CS, so.
It's just one of those like high risk kind of a plays. Had he gotten that kill and been able to make it out alive and safe, then it really would have bounced him ahead of the matchup to the point when Envy would have either needed assistance or have taken his business straight up elsewhere. But for now, Cancel gets back into the grind. Looks like they'll share the lane a bit. Z-Freak, who has still been kind of a bit all over the place, but not really anywhere to call home. He now has a lane to kind of work with for now, just still at that level 3 early state, but, you know, I'm not forecasting at the moment this Weaver being too much of a threat for anyone on MP. There's just not anyone on MP that's really easy to take down. Maybe the exception of the coL in the bottom lane, but outside of that, it just ain't going to be easy.
Yeah, not really going to be, but they're all pretty tanky. Doom's going to straight away go Mana Boots Buckler. He's going to become the tanky man that runs into the fight, and the Troll's going to run fairly quickly after him. Both is going to pretty much be safe for counter initiating.
Movement here on for Moo into the top lane. SVG is going to be rotating over, hits him up with the mana leak. Moo's going to be forced to stop, hold on to his mana while he can. The shield is reflecting a lot of the damage off, get some decent work onto MSS, but he's going to be able to shield himself up. Help is coming in now from Z-Freak and Melons, the brothers. Going to be there by the side. MP is not going to be able to get anyone down for this gank. The rotations from coL fend off trouble, but Moo did take a couple of shots.
Yeah, the Doom couldn't get in range to purge him very quickly, so he spent a lot of time with that flame, flame guard up. But not exactly the perfect execution that MP wanted, but can't really do much about there being a large mass of trees there, so. Just generally, how he's going to be left down to free farm here while they're just trying to contest the Ember, who is actually on par or slightly ahead of the Troll. So
Yeah,
coL
that's why MP are here,
want-
trying to change that.
Yeah, they just want to be able to farm consistently with the Alchemist and the Ember. And then in about 5 minutes and they'll probably be more willing to fight, although Alchemist is just peed up here. He wants to battle. No, he wants to take the stack, alright.
Money. It's all about the money, it looks like here. Between him and Mood, both the cores are going to burn it down. They're going to try to separate a bit, but then they commit to the low ground. They found an old man, a little out of home, and they're going to go ahead and bring him on down. MP on the other side are going to get the takedown of Monkeys here. And with Envy considering getting involved, things could change a bit, but runs under the sentry here. coL not looking to jump on him just yet, but he is under their watchful eye. Envy may think he's good here, but he's got to be careful. A blast to snipe the creep. Oh, didn't quite get it. That may be the end of this one. MP just, unfortunately, will take the loss. coL will be happy to get themselves on the board.
Yeah, that was rather ambitious, standing right under there. I don't know if Envy meant to go Stalk instead of Tornado there, but yeah, he was pretty much in the clear. He just needs to be careful not to spend too much time trying to make things happen and just forsaking his own farm, because he will need to be relevant. But I think he's cost whack, so he has a lot of leeway to just kind of make things happen. But Cancel, on the other hand, yeah, he's really kind of slowed down from his first few minutes, because he was dominating this CS, and after that death, everything kind of crumbled. So he's doing okay, but he's not doing as well as he'd like.
Never refuse gold given.
Bottom lane, coL gank is a classic one. Not always effective, but maybe with an early mana leak it could do some justice. No, it certainly can't. Again, just not the best ganker. We will harass him back a bit, but Monkey should be able to avoid any sort of trouble. Back at mid lane, Envy could be the one in trouble now. Ditches out the Cyclone. Melons is sweeping in. It's a ganking Dazzle now. Ditches out the poison. The charge coming up. Oh, he can't find the target. He hits himself. Unfortunate. Just two missed opportunities from both teams. And to kind of make that next big power peak happen here. Now we have Rose getting involved. Guess what? He's got a Doom in his pocket.
That's a nice thing to have. He wants to use it on the... He's probably getting hurt up using it on the Weaver, but he wants to use it on... Well, he's not going to try and fight the Ember at this point. Probably using it to dive the StarLadder to stop him from stunning, but... That's that or the Weaver. Anything else seems a bit out of reach for now.
Yeah, later game, coL will have a decent answer for anyone who's kind of getting caught out with a Doom in the time-lapse Aghanim's department if we happen to get that far. But I'm very intrigued to see at what point Owie's looking to kind of put the boxing gloves on. He may be forced to put them on sooner than later. Felt like there may have been a little bit of approach for coL towards his bottom lane, but it just might be Monkeys putting himself in a precarious situation. It looks like he's been spotted out, hit with a mana leak. He's kind of able to scoot off enough, but there's a Purge creep within Rose on this one. Oh, he eats the blast, brings him low, but he'll just tap the shrine and everything's going to be A-okay. Thank you, Frog.
I like that from Monkeys. That's the escape anger. When you realize that you need a bit more mana than you currently have to get away from the mean old man who has the mana leak spell. So you press the mango and you run off, not into the distance, but about 2 feet further forward so you don't get exposed to the rather mean troll.
That 2 feet's all you really need.
A smoke coming round, going for the
But does he
Slardar.
have
This is the Doom
he doesn't have the mango
debut.
this time is the problem. And he could be delayed from this Blink Dagger if MP can get this very valuable takedown. Rose has got the Doom. He's thinking about curving in. Couldn't they soften him up with the blast? Yes, they can. Plus the Tomahawk's flying out. Rose is looking to go for connection. Monkeys is taking him within the trees as the rotations come out. Z-Freak shows up first. They're saying we can't do this fight because more are on the way here. They're looking for Rose. He turns it back, does dish out the Doom. Are they going to go for the deny? They're going to be able to take coL down. They're going to go for the deny. Help that man, Melons. Oh, they're going to give him the grave and keep him alive. I guess that's the smarter play, Prime. Is it enough?
Yeah,
it
keeping
is
him alive is probably preferable.
Yeah, I mean...
A lot of people who play on the USC Southern may disagree with keeping Swiddle Melons alive, but yeah. I've seen him in lots of streams today, actually. He's just been playing and he's been very, very vocal in pretty much every single game. Not that that's a bad thing, but it can have negative consequences sometimes.
Radiant structures are
But he does communicate, and he communicates a lot. And he's going to run in with monkeys trying to find Aoi, and he will find him, and he's going to get pointed at.
Yeah.
Past that, I don't think there's any more threat.
I saw you over there, and next time we may do something about it, but not this time. SVG's close. SVG drops a sentry. Monkeys is trying to get next to him, does end up doing so. And points at one.
Stunned from afar.
Yeah. Points at one guy,
And
crushes
Moo is
the other,
down.
and diverts our attention away from where the action's really going down, which is in the top lane, where Moo gets dropped there, with Rose coming out, and assistance, of course, from MSS. It looks like they were able to kind of get the guy down.
And if you look towards middle, Envy has EMP'd Council for the 50th time this game. He's... God, Envy is just very good at being very, very annoying. And he's actually doing quite well in terms of farm. He's got his Midas up, he's probably got a use or two out of it so far. He's getting high up there in levels now. He's sitting in the highest level in the game at 10. Almost joined by the Abaddon and Troll. Abaddon, who's about to get Helm of the Dom, I think he's going to be the main problem, I think, because when he starts running at people, I don't think there's anyone on coL who can really deal with him.
MSS
sure
is
you
just
can-
like,
yeah.
he's been hibernating in the top lane, just building up this personal economy he's got going, and he'll show his ugly face soon enough, and I don't know how many answers Complexity are going to have for it, so we'll just have to see, especially their supports. He did recover pretty nicely, though. I mean, I'm even checking out Z-Freak here, who had kind of that slower start of where he really needed to be, but Courteous Cancel was kind of able to help him out with the lane setup, and suddenly he's at, level 7. But I don't feel like, what are we going to be seeing from this Weaver within the next 10 minutes or so? Until he gets the Ags, is able to assist others, what should he be doing?
Well, he's the medallion man for now. Just keeping the Alchemist and probably Ember alive. Whoever gets doomed, put the medallion on them so they don't get right-clicked to death by the Troll, which is a very, very big possibility. Otherwise, just probably follow the coL and the Doom around. Make sure you get the bugs on the Doom and the Troll. See if those two can die. Just making the Troll and Doom less likely to want to run into your team. Because if those two feel comfortable doing that, then there's not really much you can do to stop them. Because there isn't that much disable on coL right now. It's only really the starter.
coL are going to make the move. They can't defend the tower, but they want to take a fight. Now the turnaround from NP, triple Renan all the way in. Not going to be able to find the strongest connection. Doom is going to be there. On for the slaughter, who has to wait it back. Moo caught in the inside, eating a lot of damage. There's a nice shallow grave save, but they already turned their attention for Swindle, and they'll take down both him and Moo, one by one. NP hold strong. They don't lose anybody in this fight, and they're going to keep their commanding charge right down this mid lane. Z-Freaking Cancel, still holding out. They're going to hit him with a mana leak here. NP reevaluate the situation, but it's a big win for them.
Yep, so they just show up with the Abaddon for the first time, and yeah, coL initiated with the starter, they caught the Abaddon, who they knew they couldn't kill, so that initiation was completely kaput, and then they get Tornado EMP'd and doomed, so they lose 2. Moo jumped in with all 3 remnants at the start of the fight, thinking he could burst somebody, but actually level 1 remnant, even with 3 of them, really not that much damage. It's 300. Even with Veil, it's really not that great. So, as a result, they will lose that fight, and they'll lose their mid-tier 1, and they will lose their top-tier 1. And the Ember really, well, he's got his Veil, but the road to the next item is very, very, very slow. Because he's not going to farm quickly. He has to use Flame Guard to do that, and I think he's probably getting told by his team, we need to defend this tower, so...
Yeah. They got to get someplace where they can safely put in the work and get the farm up if they need it for Ember here, and they're looking to reclaim some dominance back in the top lane, starting with a catch out on Aoi, but not able to get a hold of him, it would appear. Melon's now going to get caught on the other side of a couple of MP, and he's going to get knocked up, right back down, can't even get off, and end up going down. Canceled, stuck, slowed down, with no man to work with here, waiting, holding the stun target, turns it back for MSS, only going to pop off his shield and do even more damage. Another big MP fight. Moo, desperate, dishing out to the remnants, but he's now caught between the full NP team, and they will just assault him. Monkeys tries his best, gets off a wonderful crush, trying to delay things out. Z-Freak running through. They're almost able to get Envy down, but they're not going to be able to do it. Bugs cause a bit of a disarray for NP, and they're not going to be able to get the wipe they wanted, but already doing so much work. Z-Freak still hanging about. Got to be a little careful here. Hit up with the mana leak, and dashing under a sentry ward could cause trouble, but MP get back on focus, trying to go for the top tier 2. Fortification stops him for now, and MP will just say, timeout. We'll take it from here and get back to the farm.
God, I'm just watching, like, every single player on coL. These fights are so frustrating for every single one of them. Your Ember, you want to go in, your target with the chains gets shielded. StarLadder, you go and try and focus somebody, they get shielded. You go in with Weaver, like, you immediately have to deal with Abaddon running at you, and Mana Leaked. Like, every single hero on coL has a really, really hard time in these fights, and every single hero on MP knows that they can just go in as far as they like because they have the sustain. It's only really the coL and possibly the Doom that has to be careful. And now that Doom's tanking up a lot more and coL's being careful with positioning, like, they have freedom to do pretty much whatever they want. And if these fights were happening maybe 5-10 minutes later, sure, like, coL's draft would be pretty good against MP's draft. But right now, when they're really reliant on these Zarda stuns and the Ember chains, I don't think they can fight at this point. And they're going to have to concede Roche and then probably a tier 2. So all they can do now is really trade. And if you're hitting a tier 1 with a StarLadder and a Dazzle, yeah. It's not a position
While
you want to be in.
MP are going for the finish off of that Roche, Envy's already on the prowl with Rose to see if maybe they could set up a fight immediately after, and it could be a here on Monkeys. Sets it up with a tornado. He has no tier 1 to hide under. Hides in a pocket, finds a good crush. But MP are on the front side looking to cut him off. Can he find a way out from this one? Goes to the blink on the low ground and makes it away. Nice little sidestep there for Monkeys. Makes it out from what could have been certain trouble, but his team overall obviously still in quite a bit of trouble. We'll take a look at the net worth, and you can see it's beginning to get up there quite a bit, closer to that 7,500 mark. This is very, very nice for MP, as they're starting to get to those sweet, supple, juicy items now. And Cancel, I could say the same for. He almost got Radiance, but now he finds himself in arms with Envy, sets it up, Tornado, Ice Wall, MSS beginning to roll in. Turns it back, gets the stun, but the Mana Leak the bump back, and Cancel's gone. Really no chance for him the second that multiple NP units rolled in, and that's going to be tough. That will set off his... Oh no, he already got his Radiance, so I mean, I guess that's a good thing going for him, but does lose his life, and that big net worth that he had in his pocket.
If you look at, like, the individual net worths, you can see, oh, Alchemist was at the top, and then there's just this big block of green going up, led by Troll, who now ascends past the Alchemist, and every single hero on MP is getting to the point where they can't be killed, and they have no reason to not run all these towers. And coL just don't have what they need to be able to trade. Their heroes don't hit buildings very well at all. So this is just NP exploiting the fact that coL just can't fight or trade at this point. And I think they won't stop here. They'll just keep going. Yeah,
yes, they will. Yes, they will. No reason not to.
Welcome to Troll Warlord.
Is it back
Alacrity.
in meta? We'll find out soon. Whatever the case may be, MP pull it out in game number 1, and it's looking pretty damn successful. Credit to a wonderful laning stage where Owie pretty much was up to his own devices. Obviously, coL not able to kind of do much in the opposing lane, where MSS obviously just kind of being that annoying Abaddon. Rose really causing a bit of a ruckus across the lanes. It was just a hot start for MP, and they haven't been able to let go of it. Whereas coL still trying to scrap together the pieces here. I mean, you get your Blink Dagger picked up on Moo now. Helps a bit, but between him and Cancel, they need to keep finding farm, and there's just not many places or options.
Like, coL are in this weird situation where they want to kill one hero very quick. You probably want to kill the coL so you can move around the fights easier, because the coL is destroying Ember completely. But you can't focus anyone because, well, there's an Abaddon and a Doom with a mech and blinding light, so you can't really right-click. So coL need to extend the fight somehow so they win through, like, the Alchemist Radiance and AoE like damage going to Ember. But yeah.
Ooh, that Troll Warlord hits fast. My God, give him
He does.
Give him Alacrity, give him his ultimate. Look at him just go. He goes crazy.
He's so close to Radiance. He's so close. He really, really wants it, but I don't know if it's going to be able to do anything. And
oh, look at this. A stack as well. Yeah, it's like, it's such different sides of the spectrum here. You have Cancel, who's like, oh my goodness, maybe my Radiance now, I finally be able to get it. While MP just bringing in continuous amount of richness and net worth. And MP's like, you're not going to get no Radiance, get the hell over here. Ooh, close one. Cancel will be able to make it away. He will be able to pick up his shiny sword.
Oh, Iron Talon is dead, and it is replaced by a shiny, shiny sword.
Alright, was this the answer? Is this one sword all you need to slash the throat of NP and stay alive? Oh.
Well, if he gets to... Like, I think they have a pretty good lineup even to deal with. Actually, the single target damage apart from Troll really isn't that great for, like, a really big Alchemist, but they have to get there. And right now, NP are just going to go, we're going to smoke through mid, try and get a pick off, kill a shrine, and kill a tier 3.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Someone's thinking we should go defend this bot tower, but no one really wants to go do it because they think we're really, really strong right now and we could just run at the Alk. And the Alk's assuming that they're going to go defend that tower, but he is wrong.
Hey, suddenly a Wild Owie will show up thanks to the Uber of SVG, and he's gonna go face-to-face with Cancel. Really will not be able to do anything about it. He gets taken apart. He's out 40 seconds because he bought that magical shiny sword rhyme. He now can't buy his way back into this game. So now there's going to be a clean 30-35 seconds here where MB can work without the threat of the Alk. Melons, captain, caught right outside the front doorstep. Moo's going to have to step in to help out his captain.
Oh, Moo,
and
what have you done?
Freak even getting in the action. Moo,
Oh,
no,
Moo, what have you
caught
done?
inside deep. A Grave will come out and help him for now, but it is not going to be good enough. He is just handled, taken apart. Envy with a killing spree. MP saying that Digital Chaos will not be qualifying that easy. With one win here at least, they will have at least the tiebreaker. If MP can take game number 2, they will qualify over Digital Chaos. It's a wonderful start for them. But coL not looking to go out without a bang here. They lead in with a good 3-man crush and then say that might be all we got. But here you'll take a stun, there's a dust, and MP just take what they want, walk away. I don't know if they even want to get the second racks there. It's already a huge commanding advantage. Oh, look who's creeping in from behind. Wild Z-Freak bug will get squished. This one's looking pretty damn good for MP here.
This
but
fight's just going to continue, and no one at MP is going to die.
okay,
And everyone is
Cancel,
going to get
stay
bashed by
alive.
coL.
Oh, quadtuple remnant or some shit flies in from Moo, and they manage to take down MSS.
They actually got him.
Monkey's follow-up crush onto 2. Oh, the blinding light, goddammit. Can't swing, can't get anything off there. Gets mana leaked, and now we'll be able to chase. Oh, man.
Okay, scratch that. One person died.
One person
But
goes down.
After all of that, like, team fight,
Yeah.
it's something
That was a
quite
long
satisfying,
fight.
though,
They-
about
they
seeing a
start-
support
they
weaver
started-
get got.
And they started with that pickoff onto little Cancel there, and it was a long-winded fight where through the push, Cancel comes back, engages a bit, dies again. Tough time here. coL give it everything they got, and what they got is at least another 5 minutes before MP probably make their return and go for the next set of racks. They could hold out possibly for the Roche. It is an Aegis, and it is a very important game, but they find monkeys, and they'll take that instead.
There's just too much stuff. There really is just way too much stuff. How he's now considering what's he going for. Yeah, that's
Just an orb. Just a trusty orb, probably a Scotty. I don't know. It's like a hybrid build from what
he's
we've seen
working
in the
towards
past.
Scuddy, yeah. And then they're going to take the shrine and they're going to walk up high ground. coL's draft really, they didn't get what they wanted in the laning phase, but MP's draft seems really well adapted to just running at them. I think once the troll got farm and the Invoker's lane went pretty well, they just had the tools they needed to fight. And the Doom and, well, you can't really touch the Abaddon the whole time, but I think the Doom being extremely farmed also helped out quite a lot. All in all, MP got what they wanted. They have the dog now for, well, Howie 2000. And so the march begins.
Let's see if they can close this one out. Oh, it's the Complexity wraparound rhyme by Complexity themselves. This is a trademark classic through and through. See if they'll get the W on this day or not. The jump in happens from Moo. A 2-man crush is there. Blinding Light will split him back apart, and just as fast as he engages, Monkeys goes down, but MP's still holding it on out. Right click's coming out from Owie as he goes toe-to-toe with Cancel, who can't really hold a candle to it, but he gets a Grave to try to hold it out for further rounds, and it's not going to be good enough. MP just hit too hard, too fast. Kill him. Just like that. Buyback already going to be forced out from Cancel here. MP say, okay, then we'll just pull off. Go back, take some farm, maybe go all the way back and take the Roche, and then put the nail in the coffin.
Well, Alchemist
not.
is going for Manta now, but he's obviously got buyback cooldown, so he's got the buyback penalty, so he cannot actually farm that Manta very quickly. Weaver's got Dragon Ult on his medallion, but nothing really past that. Ember, he's got the Blade Mail, so he's becoming a little bit more difficult to face, but the Troll's sitting at 2k health with the Silver Edge, so even if you Blade Mail after the Silver Edge hits you, Troll's still content to hit you because he's taking 50% reduced damage from that Blade Mail, so all in all, Shadow Melons has a gem, so they're probably going to run around and try and get control of the outer jungle, which will be very, very helpful for them, so they can secure someone for Alchemist to farm. But in the meantime, NP, they're going to farm their own jungle. Actually, probably going to make a bad fight here.
Yeah, I guess they just see Zfreak pushing through the lane and they're hoping to cut him off, but they will be finding out fast that Complexity are going to be waiting in the wings here. But now the recall comes out. Owie's on the scene and he's Shadowbladed in and he's just hustling his way all the way up and towards the backside of Monkeys and just takes him right down. Okay, well, Bounty Hunter, if you will, Owie just kind of shows up, sees a Warren out for Monkeys, takes him out. And MP might see it as a potential opening, though it's only 35 seconds here. It looked like MV might try to get up in arms at that moment, but he's a little far from his friends right now. But MP not looking to shy away from any fight, any opportunity, Complexity like are noticed going past the river. MP seem to be able to just swarm right on them like sharks.
Yeah, the main thing about this draft, I think, is this draft from MP is designed to create an environment where Ember Spirit can't ever go in. And if your main hero, like hero that's meant to be doing stuff, you're meant to fight around, who's you've given the safe lane to, he's the main hero you want your draft to work around in the mid game or early game, either one. He can't go in a fight at all because Doom immediately stole Purge Creep and just ran after him the entire time. And then you've got a Photic Shield, so you can't chain anyone. You've got Invoker, who can also take off the Flame Guard. This is MP create this environment where Boo just doesn't really want to be in the game, and he doesn't get time to recover because, like, sure, an Ember with like a Mjolnir, Blink Dagger, Radiance, all this stuff can fight, but he's never going to get the time to go there because they can push in the time where Ember Spirit can't fight.
Ooh, they made the engagement attempt there, but were not able to get the catch. Eventually, they will actually get the catch on the Monkeys and take him down. Deep committed dive from Owie almost baits in Complexity to respond a bit, and that's just the opening MP we're hoping for. And now MP going to give it another college try here in the bottom lane. They're tier 3. Only stands with about a third of its life still left. They move right in to siege it. Let's see what coL are going to be able to do. They lead in with a Sleight of Fist. A little bit of harassment. Veil's going to get dished. They could just quickly try to purge it on out. The pipe is going to get popped. And the Raxes are going to get hit. Owie starts sieging them down aplenty. The EMP happy to zone them back. These Raxes are done for. coL only with one more set before the Megas are going to get out. Are they hoping to kind of get a catch here on MP as they walk away? It doesn't appear so. Just not the right fight. Melon says there's not going to be a good fight, so we're just going to call it here and now. That if we're not going to get the fight we want for there, it's not ever going to come. You know, admirable call from Swindles. MP take game 1. They need one more to qualify for this LAN. If they don't get it, they are going to be tied with Digital Chaos, and they're going to have to figure out some sort of tiebreaker. So, getting close, Rhyme. Very cool stuff.